Another January transfer window, and Manchester United women find themselves in another transfer saga. This time it's Mary Earps, the Manchester United goalkeeper whose contract expires in less than 6 months, still hasn't signed a renewal with Manchester United, and of course a lot of other clubs are sniffing around for her signature on a piece of paper. And I'm not surprised that the list is growing every single day in terms of the clubs that want her. Mary Earps has recently signed with a new agency called AMV Sports Group, who represents some of the biggest names in women's football, including Ada Hegerberg, Sam Kerr, Jess Fleming. The list goes on, and I think Mary Earps is looking for that last big move in women's football to win her a lot of silverware. At Manchester United, unfortunately, she has not won anything in the WSL particularly, except FA Cup runners-up, but we don't class that because you're a runner-up. Mary Earps, of course, has won trophies with England and a lot of other individual trophies that she has successfully won, including the Golden Glove for the season last year. She recently won BBC Sports Personality of the Year. I think it was the third time in a row that a female had won it, so big up to Mary Earps. But this is another transfer saga that is going to go on for a long time. Manchester United initially opened talks for a contract renewal with Mary Earps back in 2022 after England won the Euros. Now since then, talks haven't really progressed and they haven't really reached an agreement, so of course other clubs have come into the race. Manchester United also turned down a bid. It would have been a world record fee for a goalkeeper at the time for Mary Earps in the summer transfer of 2023. However, Manchester United have been persistent in thinking that maybe they will come to some sort of agreement, otherwise they might just have to let her walk. Of course, they turned down that bid from none other than Arsenal. A similar situation happened last year with Alicia Russo, and what happened then? Alicia Russo joined Arsenal on a free, so I hope that same situation doesn't play out twice. But there are other clubs that are now in the race for Mary Earps' signature, including Manchester City, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, of course Manchester United, Arsenal, who have actually slowed down pushing to try sign her because I think they probably feel like United will not sell to a WSL rival, and really, why should they? After winning Sports Personality of the Year, Mary Earps said, in regards to the speculation surrounding her contract renewal, Mary Earps said, "I don't know what happens currently. What I will say, there is a lot of stuff that's been put out there that isn't true, and I've remained quiet for a reason. I feel I've behaved really professionally and with a lot of integrity throughout this whole situation. I play with heart and passion in everything I do, and I drive standards. A lot of that stuff that's been put out isn't true, and I want to say more, but I can't at this stage, and it's really hard for me to sit and be quiet when I see a lot of things that are not right. I think it's an injustice, but I know the appropriate thing is to focus on my football and see what happens from there." That is spoken like somebody that just wants to play football and just focus on football, and it's quite frustrating because this season has not been an easy start for Manchester United women, especially with a few blunders from the goalkeeper, and every time she might make an error or she might make a bad decision, people just play it down to her mind being elsewhere, especially with everything that's happening off the pitch. For me, in an ideal world, this would have been solved by the summer. If Mary Earps was not signing an agreement with Manchester United, then they would have sold her in an ideal world, just to kind of keep this whole media attention away from the team. On top of that, obviously Manchester United as an entity is dealing with a takeover from Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and I think that might also hinder the progression of this possible contract renewal. Now, last year, we are aware that when it came to contract renewals for players such as Ona Battier and Alicia Russo, they were offered deals too late into the season. I think Alicia Russo was offered a week before the season actually ended, before the final game away against Liverpool is when she got her first offer on the table from Manchester United. But Manchester United have clearly been in talks with Mary Earps for the past year and a half. I'm not sure if it takes that long usually to come to an agreement in football, but if there is no agreement between the two, it's better to just let bygones be bygones and allow the player to leave. It's as simple as that. And I know some of you lot might not agree with me, but Manchester United seem to have done their due diligence by bringing in another goalkeeper as a backup option to take over from Mary Earps, and if that's going to be the case, I would prefer to see Tullis Joyce play a lot more in the second half of the season. Of course, Manchester United have an FA Cup game against Newcastle next week, followed by a big game away to Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, and of course all eyes will be on Mary Earps because Chelsea is another team that's in the race for her signature as well. Everybody wants a piece of Mary Earps, and you know what, I don't blame them because she's one of the best goalkeepers in women's football right now. Let me know your thoughts about Manchester United and Mary Earps. Are you hoping to see a solution come? Are you hoping to see her holding up the Manchester United shirt that says, I don't know, 2027 on it, that she signed a 3-year deal with Manchester United? Or do you just hope for this saga to come to an end? Unfortunately for me, you guys know where I stand. I think Mary Earps inevitably will leave. I think it gets to a time when players do outgrow Manchester United women, and sadly that's not a reflection on the players themselves. It's more so a reflection on the club and the standards. And you know what, if we've lost Anna Battier, we've lost Alicia Russo, losing Mary Earps 12 months later might just be the final nail in the coffin for a lot of disappointed fans. Let me know what your thoughts are, and be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. As always guys, it's your girl Mina. Until next time, peace.